We come in peace, peace, peace. Aye. From the west to the east, north to the south, in the belly of the beast. Aye. One, two.
So I want to start off this video by showing you guys a bit of my morning routine, morning rituals. Also, my hair is absolutely a mess. But, you know, I developed these morning rituals probably about 4 years ago, where it's like a few things that I want to do every morning, or just like when I wake up, because sometimes I'll like work through the night and not even wake up till like 11. So as soon as I wake up, I got to start my day by doing these things. It's become such a big habit. And honestly, like I've realized habit building is all about consistency. It's all about wiring your brain to make it feel weird if you don't do it, right? It's like you got to force yourself to do something for at least 60 days for it to become so normalized in your life. That way, it's like when you wake up, you're like, I can't see myself not doing this, right? And that goes for anything. That goes for reading a book. That goes for exercising, right? Anything like that. But for me, my morning rituals always consist of one thing to do with the body, one thing to do with the mind, and one thing to do with the soul. What I've done with my computer here, I show you here. This desktop here, right, will show you like literally everything that I care about, like morning affirmations, my focus, right? Like you can see here, these are the things that I care about and that I'll try to do before I start the day, right? So focus on that. Put this on your desktop as well, right? So I want to show you obviously how I do it. So I'm going to show you a bit of my morning ritual as I go throughout the day, and you'll see a bit of clips of that. So that was like 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes of meditation. And I have to be honest, I haven't meditated in like probably a week and a half, but I've been meditating for like years, and it's all consistency. I mean, look, I haven't meditated for a week and a half and my body was kind of shaking. My thoughts were kind of everywhere. And so with the consistency, you're able to calm the mind more and more. And like when you're in business, it's so important to be able to calm your mind because you're always thinking about the next thing, about your team, creative work. You know, even like me making content now, my mind is always thinking about what can I make? What can I talk about? What angles do I want to document? You know, but honestly, meditation has helped me so much.
A year ago, yo, they was clapping me. Nobody told me that I'd lose it so rapidly. I thought this was the kind of thing that goes gradually. My hairline, the good guys, I was glad to be. Grim Reapers catching me.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah, it's like I work for him. Punished for the times that I was sick.
Oh, the last thing that I'm going to do for my morning rituals today is read about 10 pages of this new book that I got. But today's a busy day. I only got to do a few things on the morning rituals, but still, few things is better than nothing, right? But we're going to Edmonton in a few hours for a trade show to meet with a student who I'm looking to partner with. He's like one of my best students, and also a prospecting one-on-one student. So it's a great trip to Edmonton for a few days, lots to do. And also I have one of my really close friends who lives there who I'm going to be staying with. So lots of packing to do. Got the essentials ready to go. Excited for Edmonton, honestly. Gonna be a really good trade show. Last trade show I went to here in Toronto was just, I met a really good supplier. Even though it was a small trade show, there was like maybe 20, 30 vendors in total, but all it takes is one good vendor, and you build a relationship by ordering something as soon as you can from them, from like the time you meet them. I think that's a really strong indicator that you can be able to show that you're serious. So it's really good to be able to do that, and I'm going to do the same thing here in Edmonton. So catch you there. سه چهار ساعت آره ببین این ویدیو هم ببین اینجا. آره ولی گذاشتم اینجوری که برای یوتیوب. So we've arrived here at the airport at Pearson, and thankfully I don't need to check in any bags. It's super easy just having this little guy here, because normally when I'm traveling like full time I have like a check-in bag, right? Because it's literally my life in a suitcase. But going to Edmonton, it's like a 4-day trip, so it's gonna be pretty quick. And honestly, I miss that, just being able to travel with something super light, no check-ins. But yeah, you know, we're headed to the gate right now, and I'll see you in the lounge. So we are at the Maple Leaf Lounge at Pearson Airport right now. Just had some food, getting some work done right now. This lounge here, I wasn't really a part of for a while, but then I got a specific card that allowed me to get in here, because I have the American Express Platinum, right? This card usually gets you in most lounges around the world, but not this one, because this is like Air Canada specific. But this card here, this one gets you into the Air Canada, the Maple Leaf Lounge. And I use this card mostly for inventory when it comes to buying products, whereas this is more for my consulting and coaching business, and just for like my travels and everyday stuff. Because I make TikToks and content, I, you know, expend a lot of things that help me make content. I'm like checking out the UFC 305 card, because one of my vices these days is to do a little bit of sport gambling. It's one of my hobbies / vices now. But otherwise, we're waiting for the flight, which I'm going to get on in about 25 minutes, half an hour.
Aye.
We made it to Edmonton. I guess tomorrow morning we'll be able to see what the city's really like. And Sunday, I'm gonna have a coffee for like an hour with a prospect. There's a guy who apparently knows a lot of distributors and wholesalers here in Edmonton, and he just needs to learn the ropes. Nice. So I told him I could mentor him, especially because he's already pretty much finished the hard part. He knows a lot of wholesalers.
Well, getting some connections. Yeah, because we also have an Amazon facility here now. They built it like only a couple of years ago.
Right.
So it's been very convenient for a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Especially here in Alberta, because we're like big consumers.
Yeah.
Because we make good money and we have
True.
Plenty of time to do stuff.
Lots of money with the oil fields, the oil sands.
The oil fields, baby.
What are the sands called? What's it called?
Oil sands.
Oil sands.
Yeah.
Okay. Lots of money being printed, made, and spent. And I'm sure there's lots of people shopping on Amazon here in Edmonton. But then come Monday and Tuesday, I'm meeting up with one of my really good students who I'm actually looking to partner with.
Oh.
He's driving here from Winnipeg. How crazy
to Edmonton.
To Edmonton.
I mean, that's not crazy to me, because Edmonton's pretty great.
Yeah. True, but it's still 12 hours.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
It's a 12-hour drive. At least he's not doing it alone.
Okay.
He's doing it with his girlfriend and 2 teammates. Like 2 guys I think he has hired to like do prepping work for him.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we're gonna try to scheme something. I'm looking to partner up with him and scale just my business with his, and get him to kind of run the day-to-day more, and potentially open up a warehouse so he can actually manage a warehouse, and I can focus more on the brands to bring in. So yeah, this is all up and coming stuff that we're going to talk about and scheme, and you'll be filled in, everyone here watching. Got anything else to say, Alex?
Don't come to Edmonton, because I like it quiet. It's getting too busy.
You hear that?
All this traffic.
Don't come to Edmonton. I mean, don't worry, you're probably not missing much, huh?
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
Yeah, it's true.
It's all good.
True. All right. What's this place called?
This place is called Flatboy Burgers.
Flatboy Burgers, and we just ordered some double patties, some table fries. We're gonna order, what is it, lemon? Some key lime pie. We're going off. We're going off in Edmonton. We're going off. This is the vibe here. Pretty vibey, pretty vibey. Little outdoors section here. Who knew Edmonton's got cool places like this? So we gonna be eating well. We gonna be eating well. And then of course we got Alex with a big boy camera. Big boy camera. Hey, fries. Awesome.
Double with bacon.
That's good one. Yeah, what do you mean?
Enjoy.
Thanks.
Here we go. Here we go. Look at this bad boy. Looks pretty fucking good. What do we got? It's okay, I got it.
Damn. Here we go again. Common passed on this beat, I made it to a jam. Now everything I'm not made me everything I am.
We are at the JW here in Edmonton, and I just had a meeting with a prospective student who wants to get into the game of Amazon, and he's sold a bunch of Under Armour back in the day on Amazon.ca, but never really thought that he could make money off of it. I think he was telling me that he was doing it because he was trying to liquidate it. They sell a lot of merch and a lot of, merch creation for like conferences and whatnot, and so they had a bunch of leftover Under Armour from some partnership, and he wanted to just liquidate, and then he realized the power of Amazon once he just listed it and sold all of his overstock in like, I think, a few days. So he has the experience, he has definitely the motivation because he's seen it happen. So now it's about making it into a real business, right? Him and his wife want to potentially make this into something big. So we decided to meet here at the JW, and this is where I stayed last night as well in Edmonton. It's connected to the Rogers place, which is where the Oilers play. And yeah, like great unscalable things to do with potential students, with potential clients. You know, I don't normally meet people face to face to do these things because most people who want to start an Amazon business are not for real. They're not serious. They think and they want to do it. They're scared to pull the trigger, right? But I'm here for a trade show. I'm here to meet one of my best students as well. And this guy definitely has the experience and the potential. So I was like, look, just let's meet up, right? And after that, just taking it pretty chill for the rest of the day. And then tomorrow, I'm going to go to that trade show that we ultimately flew here for. And then I leave on Tuesday. So stay tuned. Like, these guys don't really care if people find them through Google or stuff like that. They know that if people are serious and they have a retail shop,
Yeah.
traditionally the way that business is done is through these shows.
Oh, I see.
You know, so they have like flyers, they have magazines, like, and they just meet people face to face.
That's sick. I wouldn't have thought about it. That's sick though.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's why it's so important to go to these shows. You know, it's just like the nature of this business.
Oh yeah. Because that's the only way that these distributors can get their products out, right? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's pretty. I would say it's pretty efficient too because you're not the one doing. You just send it to the buyers, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So that's just how the process works. Like you just meet them if they want to do business with you. It's just shipping their products to you. And then because we're doing Amazon, we're prepping and sending it to Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, you guys are running your prep center out of his basement,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So it's not super professional to be like, hey, send it to my like home address, especially if you're buying like lots of product. So you kind of gauge it, you know, you kind of understand like how flexible this person is,
Yeah.
you know, and like we're gonna talk to a few people, and like I can tell you guys, like, okay, this guy seemed skeptical, or this guy seemed he was down. He knows what we're doing, you know, and you kind of go off of that vibe.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I think opening up a warehouse, like even a small warehouse.
Yeah, as long as you have a business location, I
Exactly.
feel like it makes a big difference.
Exactly. Yeah, it helps a lot. See, like for me, I have prep centers. I have my own suppliers that I've been working with based in Toronto who have their own warehouses. And I'm like new suppliers that I meet, I'll be like, send it to my supplier. Send it to like, you know, my OG supplier.
Yeah.
So it's legit.
Yeah.
We here.
So yeah.
Let's go there. What do you mean you don't know this? Bro, that's the number one thing in this business. Just pretend like you know everything. Be able to like get his contact and be able to compare prices.
Okay, compare prices, like research on it.
Well, just like I have a wholesaler who does the same thing in Toronto. So if I get one price from him,
And see like
then let me see what his price is. And then we can like, you know, then the power is more in you because you're able to, you got more options, but you also like, hey, like my wholesaler in Toronto said it's $8,
Do you also
not
negotiate?
$9.50.
Do you try
Yeah,
to
of course.
negotiate
100%, always.
oh, that's
Yeah, and like the supplier will be on your side. Granted, you're ordering different things, right? And like if you're ordering, let's say 100 of these, 50 of that, 60 of that, they'll be like, you know what, we'll give you a discount on this, but that one we got to keep it at that price.
Yeah.
But
But you still get
because
a discount on something, right?
exactly, yeah,
And that's all just profit margin.
yeah, and you realize like if I have $2 off of this, then I'm super good. You know, like my margin is really, really good.
Yeah.
But then another price, you're like, you know, this is okay. I could deal with that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you settle with that, but you get the discount on the other one.
Yeah. You just take the good with the bad everywhere. Well, not really bad, but like
Yeah.
get the ideal with the not so ideal.
Exactly. So you mix it up.
Exactly. Yeah. Is there any brands here that you would say is also?
Yeah. Like I like to take photos of the things that I'm like, oh, this looks good, this looks interesting, and then I'll like go home and like use Smart Scout to research and like figure out what product doesn't really have Amazon on it, which ones are doing well, good revenue, and then I'll either come back tomorrow or, you know, once you have his business number, you just like call him, email him, and be like, hey, look, I saw you at the show. Let me order X amount.
Coloring, but especially, it's still very popular, are the adult coloring books.
Okay. Yeah.
These come 4 assorted. These are only $1.50.
Okay.
These come 6 assorted. The other item, we do have one guy that sells our product out of Toronto. Mind you, we haven't sold them in a while. He
Yeah.
sells these. This is a huge item. These are pocket novels. They're
Okay.
all firsts. They're pre-priced from $7.99 up to $32.
Wow.
These cost $1.75 each.
Wow.
The thing when you buy these though is you're gonna get one only.
Yeah.
One only. But
Yeah.
they're New York Times bestsellers and things
Wow.
like that.
Okay, so we just got back from the trade show with my student and his whole team. And it was a pretty small trade show, I'm not gonna lie. And what's crazy is that there were like 2 or 3 vendors that were from Toronto at this Edmonton show. So we could tell that this show is pretty small time in general. And what's funny is that one of the ladies who's from Toronto actually showed me how you can look at the actual map of the upcoming trade show to see who's gonna be there. I didn't even realize you could do that. So, you know, it is what it is. Obviously, I came down here for more than just the trade show, but it was a pretty small trade show. I think in general, we were there for like maybe 45 minutes in total. And I was just showing my student how to speak to people. And we talked about taking pictures and being able to do your research through what you see at the trade show and connecting with the people. And then if you find something really, really good, like right now after the trade show, then you can go back and try to work up a deal because the show has deals. The show usually, like when vendors are at the show, they have in-show deals. So, you know, it's it's good to be able to go to the show and show that you're serious, especially if you go back the second day. So that was cool, you know, and then we got some food with the gang with, again, my student and his team. When I say his team, it was literally his girlfriend, 2 guys who prep, but one of the guys is looking to get into Amazon. And we had a good discussion because, you know, one of the other reasons why I told them to come here, and what's crazy is that they drove from Winnipeg. Literally, that's like 12 hours to Calgary and then another like 3 hours to Edmonton. But, you know, that just shows that they're serious and they're legit. And, you know, I love that for them. But, you know, the one dude's already doing $50K a month and he's doing mostly OA. And so, you know, I think for me, after 6 years, I've realized that to be able to scale this business, you got to focus, right? Obviously, I make content, I coach and mentor, I make software now. And so ultimately, like, what's best is to find people you can partner up with so you can give each person a strength and focus on their strengths and get them to just focus on one part of the business, right? So I think with these guys, I proposed to them that we could expand together. I can bring more capital to the business. We can work on more exclusivities together, and, you know, they could also do OA. We can open up a warehouse together. So that way we're focusing on warehouse management, OA, wholesale, plus exclusivities. I think having a 2-3 person team like this and being able to like really trust the people you work with is the way to grow to like 300,000 a month, 400,000 a month and beyond, right? And I think, again, because I do multiple different things, it's better to do this with people you trust, people you see that are also hard workers. So, you know, that's something that I brought up to him, and I think that's something we're going to try and test out. I want to be able to work with other people so I can kind of step away from all of the management of the business as well. So we're going to give this a shot, right? I go back to Toronto tomorrow. So that was my whole Edmonton trip. I think it's been very, very worthwhile. I mean, I visited a friend, I went on a date, I went to a trade show, I ate some great food. I mean, come on, that's like a great 4-day trip. So absolutely killer trip in Edmonton. Pretty tired, I'm not gonna lie. I'm already exhausted right now just talking. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So we're back at the Edmonton airport here. Time to go back to Toronto. And it's been a successful trip, right? I got to see one of my friends, got to see a past coworker, a couple students, and then of course go to the trade show. But it's time to go back to Toronto, get ready for another week, and then on the road again. We go to New York, right? Gio and I are going to AMZ United where I'm speaking. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be the next video where I'm gonna show you New York and me speaking at the conference as well. However, there's a small surprise waiting for me in Toronto. So you're gonna get a sneak peek of it right now, but you'll see more about it in the next video. So see you in the next one.